So now let's do something about our header. So in our header we can also say add a header element of our page, and then we can use a class such as site header, and then we can add an h1 tag and say get blog info name and say it set it to display echo and close the tag. Let's see what has happened. Great, we have our page name here, our site name actually, and then we can also put some menu or even description. Let's go to our theme handbook again, and then let's go and see what do we have here. So let's say the navigation menus, and how do we add navigation menu? So we can register it like that, but how can we call them? That's the actual thing we need to see here. So to call them we can use this. We can use that and we can place it here like that. And the theme location is not the header menu, but in our function we have the primary menu. So we can go to our header and set the location to primary, and let's then go here and refresh, and we have those two pages that we have added in our menu, as you can see here. So now we have that, and you can always pass along several stuff here which you want, and that's fine. And what I also like to do is to set the fallback to false, because if there is no menu set, then WordPress will generate a page menu on its own, and we don't want that. At least I don't want. And that's it. So now we have our menu here, and if we open our developer tools, we can see that the menu is here and the class is menu, and we can use that class to style here everything in our site header. So let's go to our style, go to theme start, we have the site header like that, and we can style it differently. Let's say add an RGB with a bit of an opacity, and let's refresh it, and it's like that. Okay, so this is the h1, and we can actually say it's a class of site title, and then use that also to say site title 0 margins. Let's refresh it. Great, and let's add it to center. Great, and then we can also add on the header a little bit of paddings like that. Great. And now what about our menu? Well, we can use the menu like that, or we can also use another class. So if we want to learn more about this function, we can click on this link in the theme handbook, and it will redirect us here where we can take a look at everything. So the menu class is menu, but what if I want to have another one? So let's go to our header and add this menu class, and we can say menu site menu. Okay, and then on this one let's refresh, and as you can see, this is menu and site menu. Why? Because I want to target only the site menu here header. So we'll say that this is a display block without any paddings or margins. We'll also align them center, and then for each site menu we will, for each list element of that, we'll say that it's a display inline block. Let's save that, let's refresh, and as you can see, here it is. I actually want a padding here, but that will be on this list element. But for this part I want to have a border top, 1 pixel, solid, also with an opacity. Save that. Okay, we have it here, and then we can say that we want a margin on top, but 0 to the right, 0 to the bottom, 0 to the left, and that's fine. Now I want for this element of links inside that element, I want it to be, let's say, padding of 0.1 on all sides, like that, and I want it to be displayed as a block element, like that. As you can see, here it is, and then I want it to be on, let's say, text color will be black, like that, and I don't want any text decorations. But what I want is that on hover, like that, I also have a background color which is similar to the border one, and let's set a transition on all, pretty fast, and on ease. And now if I refresh it, it will look like that. And then I also want to add a border on the bottom, like that. So we have this here. I'm pretty happy with how it looks, but we could also say that the color of our links will be white. Okay, and now if I go here with tabs, I just say have that. But let's then also copy this and say it, set it on focus also. So if I go to tab, look at that, pretty nice, right? So now we can also set this outline to 0 so we don't get it, but I'll leave it as it is for now. Okay, so now we have this simple menu that is working. So if I go to page example, it's page example. If I go to new page, it's new page, and we don't have our title linked. So we can do that also. Let's go to our header, and then we can link it like here, and we can say echo home, like that, and like that. Okay, and let's save it. Of course we will get this, but we don't want anything like that there. So we'll just go inside title. Our anchor will be black and no text decoration. Let's save that. Great. So I can link on that. We can have that. Great. Everything is working now with our header part.